So thank you very much, and once again welcome to Ken's Media TV, where we always say that to tell African stories the African way. Today I want to tell a story about one student. Her name is Najma Mohamed Hassan. After the Ministry of Education released the Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education Results some days ago, there's so much that has been going around about which school are better, which school didn't perform so well, and which school most people, parents who want maybe to take their student for the Form 1 for the Form 1 slots. They are looking now on the best performing schools, and of course performance or the results will always tell the kind of effort that is being done in very specific schools. And I want to talk about specifically about the student, about maybe and more so about the limitations that the students put on themselves, and especially the parents, the kind of contribution that they make to make their student feel that they are inferior. I'm reminded of one athlete in our country and who is well known throughout the world. His name is Eliud Kipchoge. And I remember there's a time that Eliud Kipchoge set a goal to run a marathon within the 2 hours or within less than 2 hours. And when he set this goal, most people thought that maybe it is an impossible goal. And he had to train each and every day. When he was interviewed after finishing the race within 1 hour 59 minutes and some seconds, less than 2 hours, when he was being interviewed by so many media houses, he said that in order for him to be able to accomplish that goal, he had to go through a lot of practice, a lot of self-belief, a lot of maybe looking for partners in order for him to be able to achieve that goal. And for him, while all the other people are celebrating him, for him, he knew very well that it is not his own effort that has made him to be able to achieve that goal. Rather, it was a collective effort from other people, including now his own effort, that made him to achieve the goal that he achieved. And he was able to run the marathon within less than 2 hours, 1 hour 59 minutes and some seconds on top, but it was less than 2 hours. This is a goal that he had set, and he has said that I'm going to achieve this goal regardless of what is going to happen. And most of you can remember what happened in the streets of Vienna that specific morning, and we were cheering all over the world about what Eliud Kipchoge has achieved. And so there was a message that he wanted to pass across to people who would want maybe to do anything in the world. And the message was that no human is limited. And so when I heard the results were out, I was very keen to concentrate on what was being announced by the Minister of Education, George Magoha. And one of the best things that he said, according to me, was not about how good performance was. 145,000 students had managed to get a C+ and above that would take them to the respective universities where they wanted to go. And one of the things that was so much enlightening and that was so much motivating the whole speech was about the story of Najma Mohamed Hassan. This is a student who went to a day school known as Banisal Mixed School. When we are talking about a day school, most people are not able to relate with day schools, maybe because most of us were able to go to a boarding school, very good boarding school. But there are some challenges that comes with mixed day schools. I went to a day school myself. I remember when we were deliberating on the same with my father about how I was to go to a day school. My father was still living very far away from us. He was living in Mombasa. I was living in my home county of Kirinyaga. And when I got the marks that I got in class 8, that was I got 328 marks. That was so many years ago. And I had to call my father, and my father was to give the direction. When I was calling him, I already had the admission letter from Balicho Boys High School, and another one from St. Millis Karumande Boys. At that particular time, you were lucky to get maybe 1 or 2, or sometimes even 3 admission letters. Maybe according to the effort of that you did put, or maybe the effort that someone else was putting for you. And for us, I remember from Kiburu Primary School, our headmaster, Mr. Mureithi, had some connection with Balicho Boys. And so the first 6 boys, the 6 of us, we got admission letter from Balicho Boys. And when I called my father, I told him the good news. I told him now I have an admission letter from Balicho Boys, and that is exactly where I want to go. But my father told me, maybe because of how things are, the kind of difficulties that we are going through, there's no way that I can be able to take you to Balicho Boys. When he looked at the fee structure, he could not be able to take me to Balicho Boys. And so I ended up going to a mixed secondary school, which is not far away from our home. This specific high school was nicknamed by the villagers the Kajinga High School, because most of the students who were getting very low marks, 102, 120, 115, maybe 150, the best performing with 250, it was the kind of the students who are going to this school. And the school was cheap. At that particular moment, the school was very cheap. And when I went to this specific high school, there was so much challenges that I was going through. Each and every day you have to wake up early in the morning, prepare yourself, be ready to go. If you have gone through a day school, you can be able to relate with me. And so I went to a school with people who got 102 marks, 120, and the kind of marks that people can consider very low marks. And what happens is that when such students go to such schools, there's a lot of demotivation, including from their own parents and friends, that they cannot be able to maybe become of anything of substance in the future because of the kind of marks that they got. But when I was listening to Dr. George Makoha on that specific day, I realized that this specific girl by the name Najma Mohamed Hassan, she went to Banassil or Banisal Mixed High School with 113 marks. You can imagine that. And she was not the most improved student with the comparison with their KCPE results. But to me, she was very outstanding because she was the first girl or among the top 10 most improved students with 113 marks in a day school, far away in counties that most people assume or call maybe the poorest counties. It was such a huge work for her to put in to be able to get the B that she got. And I was thinking about it when Magoha was talking about the performance. What if it is some other student from other counties who had gone with 113 marks into a mixed school? What about those students who went to better schools with high marks, like 300 and something, and then they ended up getting D+, they ended up getting C, they ended up getting a D, they ended up even getting an E. And this girl had to be serious with what she was doing. There was a lot of much work that had to be done in order for her to be able to get the B that she got from 113 marks. And she's a big inspiration to everyone out there, that there is no one who is limited. That just like Eliud Kipchoge asserted when he finished that race, and he said that there is no man who is limited. This girl asserted the same assertions with the kind of marks that she posted, from 113 marks to a B brain in KCSE. That was not a joke. And so we take this chance to congratulate Najma, Mohamed, wherever you are. We really appreciate and we really celebrate you for what you did. For sure, you set the mark that there is no one who is limited. So to every student who is watching this video, I want to pass the same message to you, that you are never limited, regardless of what you get in KCPE. You cannot allow anything to limit you. The environment, the people around you, the parents, or even what you might be going through at this particular time. You are not limited. The only limits that you have is the limit that you have to set for yourself. And to Najma, thank you very much for setting that example. We know that all of us, we can be able to become the best if we work to be the best. Thank you very much. This is Ken Bates Lady, and this is Ken Bates Media TV.